2001. Started at my house, just 2 blocks down the street, and just getting a bunch of guys together. I had a nice court in my yard as well, and we very competitive. All the guys had such a good time. I thought one night, I said, hey, you know what? I said, hey, why don't we work something out where we can do a tournament where we can get a bunch of boys together. And so we came up with the first annual, and started with a barbecue and tri-tips and all that stuff. Had a good time.
Part of it was we couldn't find a tournament to play in. We were looking for 3-on-3 tournaments everywhere. There weren't very many, and finally, I think just Brandon came up with the idea of let's just do our own. So it started at his house. Eventually he moved and that court wasn't accessible anymore, and so I moved in here, bought this place within 5 minutes, came straight to the backyard, knew it was big enough to build a court, and that was the end of it. I hadn't even gone upstairs yet, and we were in escrow. I think they were building the court at the same time. It happened that fast. And we've been doing it here since 2006, I think. So this is it's always one behind, this is our 14th year.
I guess it's probably easy for me to say, but it's fairly straightforward. It goes a little bit easier because you know what you've done for the last in my opinion, probably the last 4 or 5 years. It's pretty much been streamlined. It seems a lot more streamlined as far as organization and stuff goes. But this guy puts a lot of energy in. His wife does as well. So
everything's pretty much set up by now. The same people come generally. It's a hard tournament to get into, basically, because it's an invitational. If you get dropped out for some reason, somebody takes your spot, they get that spot next year. So nobody really wants to quit. They want to make sure they get it again next year. And it's something the guys will start talking about 2 months from now on next year's tournament. We've got guys that are in their late 60s. How old's Roy?
Your late 60s.
Roy was in the cavalry, so he's probably our oldest guy. We may get Peter to play today. He's probably our youngest. I think he's 14 or 15. Everybody has different abilities, and we don't set it up so that there's a power team or anybody gets their own team. We have a committee that sits down and argues over trying to make the teams fair, although not too much argument goes on. So we break down the 24 guys into 8 teams that we think are pretty fair. Me, Tom, Brandon, Tony, and Carl. Don comes, but he says he's not going to say anything. He's not allowed to talk. We just make him buy. And then I usually make a draft of the teams, since I'm the fairest person out here. And and I bring that, and then we sort of go through it and make modifications to it. But generally, everybody has to agree on how the teams are going to go. We meet at Monaco last Tuesday, the Tuesday before the tournament.
Undisclosed time.
That's right.
Can't sneak in.
No women are invited.
Yeah, definitely not. Firstly, I just want to thank the Needham residents in general, just to carry on the tradition that I started, and he does such a great job. And appreciate that we now since then we didn't have any kids. We both have kids, and they're growing up. Things have changed, and I appreciate he has a wonderful backyard, pool, and everything for the kids to come over and enjoy. And all of my family feels welcome and thankful that he said it all right.
Hopefully we can do it for a long time to come. Cut it.